To open bObi and replace her bumper, you will need the following supplies: a new bumper and a Phillips head screwdriver. Before we get started, turn bObi off and flip her over onto a flat surface. Next, remove bObi's dustbin. You will then need to remove bObi's front wheel. Grip the wheel with your hand and pull straight up, using the screwdriver for leverage. Behind the wheel are 2 screws. There is a larger screw set deeper in the wheel compartment. Use the screwdriver to remove it. Keep this screw and all other screws removed from bObi for later reassembly. For the next step, remove the screws on both sides of bObi's dustbin. Then, remove the corner pieces that were held down by the screws. Grip the brush compartment and pull down to reveal 2 screws on a red fastener. Remove them with the screwdriver. Pull the brush compartment up until it is freed from the red fastener. Then detach the brush compartment and set it aside. Remove the 4 screws located beneath the brush compartment. Next, remove the 2 screws on the dustbin's red fastener. Remove the fastener and set it aside for reassembly. bObi's cover is no longer secured, so carefully flip bObi onto her wheels. Lift the cover to reveal the mainboard underneath. Remove the 2 circuit plugs connecting bObi's lid to her mainboard. Flip bObi's cover over onto a flat surface so that you see 2 green circuit boards positioned at the top. There are 8 circuit plugs that you will need to remove. Leave the smallest circuit plug at the top in place, and do not remove it. If there is any glue holding down the other wires, you may scrape it off using a tool such as a screwdriver. Next, remove the 4 screws connecting the bumper to bObi's lid. Lastly, remove the 2 screws holding the yellow circuit plug against the lid. Keep the small hooks and all screws safely aside for later reassembly. On the left and right sides of the bumper are bObi's sensor strips. They connect to the circuit board by red and white wires. The sensor strips may be glued to the inside of bObi's cover. Use a tool like a screwdriver to break off the glue. Then lift the whole bumper up and out. Now line up bObi's new bumper with the corresponding screw posts on her lid. Make sure the sensor strips slide in behind the screw posts on both ends of the bumper. Once the bumper is positioned securely on the lid, reinstall the 4 screws around the inside of the bumper. Then reattach all of the circuit plugs. In the center of bObi's bumper is a circuit plug for one of the 5 wall sensors. Plug this one in at the topmost spot. The left side of the circuit board has 3 spaces. The top space corresponds to another wall sensor. It has the shortest wire. Just below that is where the leftmost wall sensor plugs in. It has a longer wire. The space on the very bottom is for bObi's sensor strips. Repeat the previous process for the circuit plugs on the right. They follow the same pattern for installation. The shortest wire plugs in at the top. The longer wire for the rightmost wall sensor plugs in below that. And the space at the very bottom is for the sensor strips on the right side of bObi. Next, attach the thick yellow wire to the lower ledge of the circuit board. To secure it, you'll need to replace the plastic hooks removed previously. Place the wire through both hooks and line each hook up with the screw posts on bObi's cover. The top hook should be vertical with the screw on the bottom, and the lower hook should be horizontal with the screw on the left side. When aligned, install the 2 screws on the hooks and double check that all circuit plugs are securely in place. Make sure all the wires are tucked behind the black hooks lining the inside of the bumper. Once that's done, all that's left is closing bObi up. Attach the 2 circuit plugs from bObi's cover back onto her main board. The yellow wired plug connects to the right side of the main board. The white wired plug on bObi's lid connects to the center of the main board. Lay down bObi's cover and line up the edges precisely. While holding bObi's top and bottom together, carefully flip bObi over onto a flat surface. Next, reinstall the front wheel screw. Place the front wheel on top and firmly push down to secure it. Replace the dustbin's red fastener and install its 2 screws. Next, install the 4 screws in the space beneath the brush compartment. Plug in the brush compartment. Then replace its red brush fastener and install the 2 screws. Position the brush compartment back in its original place. Now reinsert the corner pieces on both sides of the dustbin, with the arms of the brush attachment linked. Make sure the rubber strip is not stuck under the brush compartment. Lastly, reinstall the 2 screws in each of the corner pieces. Make sure the bin can slide in easily before using bObi again. Congratulations on completing bObi's bumper replacement, and happy cleaning!